We got the trailer hooked up and we are off on a little bit of a road trip to go pick something up that is a little different than what we usually mess with. So stay tuned. So a couple days later, we are back. Went down and back to the lovely state of Maryland to the Ritchie Bros auction site. So I found out about Ritchie Bros through a couple other YouTubers that I watch and saw that there was an upcoming auction, so started browsing and came home with this guy. So this is a 2014 Magnum light plant. It's a 6,000 watt with 4 1,000 lights, and then inside it has a regular house outlet and a 30 amp outlet. So I got a smoking deal on this thing, and as they say, couldn't afford not to buy it. So we're trying to get it running today. That's the goal. At this auction, they really don't mess with stuff. If it doesn't turn key and start, then they classify it as inoperable. So we got this guy and also picked up this cool power sweeper, which will come in a later video, but pretty neat little walk behind bristle brush. But this is our main focus. So let's get this baby unstrapped and see what we got in store for us. All right, got this strapped down at least. So I know this side panel has some problems. I know a couple of the rivets broke, so see if we can get them open just fine. So under the hood, we have a Kabota 1005. That's a 1 liter engine, and I think they said it puts out about 16, 17 horse. It's governed at like 1800 RPM. So looking at this thing, looks 4073, I'm guessing it's hours, was the last time the fuel filter was changed. And the oil filter looks newer, but so we have at least 4,000 something hours on it. But it looks pretty good. Antifreeze at a good level. We'll check the radiator. Even came with probably 15 gallons of diesel fuel in there out of a 30-gallon tank. So here's another service sticker, 4,000 hours. The next is 4252, and that was in 2019, so about 5 years ago. Check our fluids. He's on par. Not one of the dipsticks bent, but very dark, but there is oil in it. I'll be changing that pretty soon. We even got a can of some sort of spray paint. Oh, marking paint, cool. That's probably what they painted this thing with. Any other goodies? That's a bonus. It looks like we've got an owner's manual up here too. Cool. I'm gonna send you guys up here to check the antifreeze for me. Alright, tell me how it looks. Right on par. Awesome. It's like a solid layer of dust on this thing. I have to see about cleaning that off somehow. So we'll come around here to the other side. Diesel fuel only. Let's check the tank to see how we're looking. Smells like diesel fuel. This battery looks like it's seen better days, but it is a 2022, so it's not terribly old. I gotta check the air cleaner. Make sure we're breathing fresh. It's dusty. Let's see if we can tap that out real quick. Inside's clean. Throw that back in there. We'll get a new one. If this thing runs, we'll get her all serviced up and back on. So one other thing I should do is actually make sure this thing's gonna spin over, right? Oh yeah. Yep, so she's loose. So let's check the battery voltage. Let's see what she's got. 6.4. Yeah, it's definitely too low to start this thing. I guess we'll go ahead and throw another battery in it, clean up the terminals, and give her the juice, see if she starts. In with the charged battery. Let's see. No sparks, that's a good sign. I think I'll leave that one loose in case we have any issues. So I guess the moment of truth, I think you gotta turn this thing on. I'm not seeing anything on the screen. Turn that on, turn that on. I did something and it came on. Gotta do it system checks. Not quite a fan of this crazy little screen thing here. Huh? Let's see. Oh yeah. She's a runner. Lights are coming on now. Maybe. There we go. See, you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was easy. Called out a win. That is awesome. This is great. This will be handy. Let her run, warm up for a little while. And I guess next thing will be is to figure out how to get off the trailer since we loaded it forward. And we will get you a night shot of this thing. Sweet. This is an easy one. So I guess now that she's running, I'll tell you, paid $400 for it. Before all their fees and stuff, that was another like $120 or so. killer deal though, in my opinion. And it's pretty nice. It has a, with a screen, you can schedule it to come on. So say you have like fairgrounds or something with 100 of these things, you can set them to all come on at say 7 o'clock, and you just program it, it'll do its own startup, and they'll shut off at say 10 o'clock. Set it up however you need. Ready to try this thing at dark. We're gonna crank the mast up real quick. I just changed the oil in it, and we'll be doing the fuel filter and air cleaner in the very near future. So to raise it, looks like there's a pin here you gotta pull. A little snap ring pin on the other side. So now that should raise. That's already about 12 or 15 feet up, and this thing goes up to, I want to say 30. So you crank this guy, and then it raises more. And this also rotates the whole tower. A little sloppy, but aim that towards the lake, and we'll be lighting this thing up soon for you. So I spilled oil on the belt when I changed the oil. So now we got a nice squeak for now until I change the belt, but I present to you daytime at night. Everything's nice and lit up. It does a good job. That is incredible. And I got two lights at the top that are kind of angled towards space. Brought them back down. Very, very cool.
Right, that just keeps.
So that was pretty cool, huh? So this was a little different. shopping at the auction. Might make a video on the sweeper broom that I also picked up, but that'll be to be determined. Definitely going to be a future shopper at the Ritchie Bros auction, so you'll definitely see more things come home with me. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's a pretty good channel, got some cool stuff on here. Not just tractors now, got other things as well. One last thing for you guys. If you would like to support the channel in a little bit more direct way other than just watching, I recently included a super thanks button down in like the listing description. So it'll say thanks with like a heart or something next to it. So feel free to support the channel that way. It is greatly appreciated. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.